Hi, hello, how you doing? This is Eugene from Blase Blah, and this is
Steve, welcome.
Steve. Welcome to
Blase blah.
Blase Blah. Now listen, I'm just going to move stuff. I told you, we're organic, okay? We're not finished the finished
told you
article.
about this, you even put the microphone in the game.
Oh my god, you know what? We're going to do this again. We might even just keep, this might be part of our image.
Yeah, the organic look.
The organic, yeah, look, there you go, look. There you go. Hope the sound changes. There you go. We're keeping it organic 100%. Okay?
Really professional.
Truly professional. Makeup. We got to get some makeup.
I wouldn't mind. It'd be good, wouldn't it?
We'll get some like makeup people to make us look like.
Someone to bring in the teas.
To make us look.
In between films. It'd be great.
We work towards that. Work towards that.
It would be really, really nice.
How you been, Steve?
Not too bad. It's good to be back.
It's good to be back.
On a sort of semi-sunny day.
The weather's getting better here in London.
It's going to be nice next week, isn't it? Definitely.
Yesterday we was playing basketball with the kids. It was good.
Was it ideal? Yeah. Were you showing some of your tricks and?
Trying to. I'm getting a little bit old now, so my knees are sort of giving out, and my energy levels are so low. It's hard. This old age is really difficult.
Did you take it seriously though? Were you competitive?
Not really. You can't be competitive when you've got nothing in you. But anyway, listen. What are we talking about today?
Well, actually, before we talk about that, let's talk about, because on one of our last videos we got an absolutely massive 40 views, haven't we?
Oh, we're blowing up.
We're blowing up.
We're blowing up. We got 40 views. No. We're running this game. We're running it.
You know, it's funny because I was in the supermarket last night. And people kept coming up to me and saying, "I saw you on that BBC video on YouTube."
I say, my life has changed, Steve. With those 40 people that has viewed our videos, I'm just getting inundated with people calling me saying, "I can't believe it. You just got 40 views."
So is it celebrity cracked up to what you thought it would be?
I just, I quite enjoy it. The 40 views have just changed my life completely.
But seriously, we really love to get our first subscriber.
Yes, you know what we realised, because we've just started this off and we don't know what we're doing, do we, Steve?
Well,
we do. We're learning.
We're trying to get there.
Yeah.
Right.
So we've got a nice little intro thing, which I've had some positive feedback. But one of the things that we want to do is to get subscribers. And I see people on their YouTube videos, and they usually say, "Hey, please subscribe to us."
It'd be nice. There's some comments as well. We'd love to get some feedback and have a bit of interaction. Would be great, wouldn't it?
Listen, basically, it's very simple. You've seen it before. Everyone says it on the videos. Subscribe. So we're trying to get a subscriber. Now, what we're trying to not do is send our videos out to all our friends and tell them to subscribe. We're trying to do it organically. We want people that don't know us.
You know why? Because we're scared, aren't we, at the moment?
What are we scared about, Steve?
We're scared of... I don't know. What are we scared of?
I don't know. You were the one who brought the questions, Steve.
Scared.
I thought you had the answer.
No, we want the
maybe you're scared, Steve, and I'm not. I'm fearless.
Maybe so. But we want to grow it organically. We'd like to start off getting some subscribers, getting more views, and then exposing it to our friends and family.
Yeah. Now, anyone that's watching this video, any of that 40, which is our top viewers, right, since we just started, please. But I don't want to beg. Is it too much of a sell? Please subscribe to us. Just subscribe to us, just to make us feel good.
There might even be a prize for the first subscriber.
There could be. Look. Yeah, we got some Tic Tacs for you. Okay. But seriously, if you subscribe, it would just give us some motivation to go on. Yeah. I know we're not the greatest YouTube channel in the world, but just give us a subscription so we can try to. Yeah. And what we're going to do is start telling people, please subscribe to us. And usually people used to say that when you've got that 1,000 views and stuff like that. But we're going to start early, so we're going to try to do it all.
We have got a robot as well, so that does help.
We got a robot as well. So not many people got robots on their budgets on a YouTube video.
Anyway, you were asking me what's happening today.
What are we talking about today?
26th of May, Windsor Castle. That is the place to be.
Yeah. Okay.
And do you know why, Huge?
Is there a football game going on? Is there is the marathon on? No, it's not. It's a different date, isn't it? What is it?
No, well, it is the wedding of our Prince Harry to the lovely, lovely Meghan Markle. Now, there's 600 official guests that have been invited to this wedding. take it you haven't been invited.
No, I haven't.
I know. I did hang out for a while. I just kept telling myself the post was slow. But it just in the end, obviously, I haven't.
Well, listen, Meghan Markle's her name, right?
Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle.
And you know what? She seems like a really, really nice woman. I think
She seems sweet.
Falling on his feet there. I've seen her in a few films. If she's anything like she comes across in the movies and in the drama she's been in, seems like a very authentic, beautiful young lady.
She's a very cutie. She's a cutie pie. You know, she's a cutie pie. But the thing is, not that she's a cutie pie. She's also American. Yeah. She's American, and she's not British. She's sort of stiff.
Do you think that makes her a bit more exotic?
It just makes her. I don't like using the word exotic. She's just different into the ways of that. She's not the typical English kind of stale English traditional. I'm not saying stale, but just that same thing that we usually get. You've got an American girl, and not only an American girl, but American girl that is, I don't know, it's a little bit different with her, isn't there, Steve? Something a bit different.
I think she adds a bit of bit of a je ne sais quoi to
she certainly does.
The Royals, because they can be a bit stiff.
Gives them a little bit of soul, doesn't it, Steve?
It does give them a little
bit of soul. Makes them look a bit more human, doesn't it, Steve? It gives them a bit of coolness, doesn't it, Steve? Yeah? But, she is an American. Her communication is where she communicates, it's got a more softer tone. Sometimes that sort of hardcore, well-spoken thingy, it's like glass. It's not very pleasant to the ear.
Have you seen any of her stuff in any films she's been in?
I try not to follow tabloids so much, and I've heard all the hoo-ha and things about her, but I can't deal with it. I can't deal with.
I saw her in a film recently called Antisocial, a British film, and she was actually the ideal girlfriend in that.
Oh, really?
I think I've got a little crush. But will you be watching on the 26th of May?
I'm going to, Steve, I'm not going, it's not in my diary, it's not into my to-do list, yeah?
Okay.
But if wherever I'm at, if people are there and they're celebrating, I'm going to watch to criticise, really, and not negatively, but I find it strange, we're in 2018 and people are sort of trying to get excited, this old nostalgia of royal weddings, like everybody cares about.
Yeah, see, I always say, I'm not bothered, I won't watch. But on the day, I probably will watch it. Don't get me wrong.
I'm not watching it from the beginning to the end. I'll probably...
If I had something better going on, if I was invited to spend a weekend in Cameron Diaz's Malibu beach hut, I'd take it. Okay. But the likelihood of that happening is pretty slim. So
basically, you're watching it, Steve. Basically, you've just said, yeah, I'm going to be watching it. Because that is not going to happen, all right? But my thing is this, is that the Royals are are
you a Royalist, Huge?
It's
probably a rhetorical question. That
I really am not. I'm not a Royalist at all. I'm not. I mean, the history of the Royals. Part of my family's from the Caribbean. And literally, you look at history. You're not a big fan of history. Yeah, I'm not a fan of. If you're from the Caribbean family and the history of Royals in Britain, to a certain degree, you're not really. But you've got an older generation that when I was a kid growing up, you walk into Caribbean houses and sometimes you see old ladies, like old Caribbean people, and they'd have a picture of the Queen up, which I found kind of crazy considering the history of how they treated people from the Caribbean. And the royals were in, slavery and all that is all funded by the establishment and the royals and stuff like that back in the days.
So do you find that sort of slightly strange that West Indian family would have a picture of the Queen on the wall?
Oh, I do. I find it very strange that you would have a picture of. I'm not saying that you should hate the royals in any forms or whatever, but I just would find it's a conflict of. I don't know if I'm using this word. It's a conflict of negative interest.
Conflict of negative interest.
I don't even know if that even makes sense.
Expand.
So, why would you be interested in the royals, which have a history tied to slavery, which maybe you would, because that's the reason why you're in the Caribbean, and that's the reason
but there's a little twist in this tale, isn't there?
What's the twist?
Well, what's the elephant in the room, Huge?
Well, as we've just expressed, the elephant in the room is the girl is mixed race, which is she's basically like me, actually. She's mixed race. She's somebody of colour. Yeah. So now we say the first time we got black into the world, we got mixed race into the world. So mixed race is now black because she's in the place of Obama, like Obama, who's black. he's mixed race.
I think Alabama's actually going to get an invite, isn't he?
Is he going to get an invite?
Well, there's rumours rife that he might get an invite with his Mrs. Michelle.
I can see that happening because she's a person of colour. The royals, her mum's got to be there. I want to see if her mum's there. You know what? Because her mum's proper black.
The mother is going to be there.
In complexion, I'm saying.
The mother is going to be there. There's also going to be, actually, just going back...
The mum is going to be there. She has to be there.
The mum's going to be there with the father.
If she's not there, there's going to be out.
But she's got half siblings who they're not going to invite.
Okay.
So it's very limited invitation list, I think, for her immediate family.
They are probably going to be there, but they're not going to be on.
They could be out in a car park with.
They're going to be at the party after party. You understand? I mean, the after party.
Yeah.
You understand?
What about this? I heard they're inviting, I think, 250 UK citizens who have been nominated for various good works in the community. Now, I thought they were actually going to be invited to the church service. But what it seems to be now is that they're going to actually be standing outside in the car park waiting for them to come out at the end. Now, if you got nominated for your good works, Hughes, would you fancy standing outside waiting for them to come out at the end?
Do you know what? If I've got invited, I'd go just to... Would I go to the car park?
Would you stand outside in the car park?
I don't know. If I got invited, I suppose... I don't know, because, I probably would. They see, I stand for things, but... Once you get opportunities to be put in that situation, then you can use those opportunities to say, hey, I was invited to the wedding or whatever. And you could use it as a springboard to penetrate others.
Bit of networking.
It's just a network. It's just like it's like something you put on your CV and your social. I was invited to be invited and not put in your unless you're in you're in a great situation. But if I got invited for the work I've done in the community, which been very little, but I've done bits and pieces in the past for certain parts of the community.
He's a good guy. He is a good guy.
I try.
He tries.
I'm not the best. I'm not the best. I can be better.
What we also wanted to say was Meghan isn't the first mixed race to marry into the royal family, is she?
What? What are you saying?
Shock news.
There's more black people in the royal family?
There certainly is.
You're kidding me.
There certainly is indeed.
Oh my goodness me! What a newsflash, Steve! Well, this is unbelievable. Is this on the BBC?
You said you've known this for years. No, it wasn't on the BBC. But I don't think the BBC wanted to expand on this story too much.
No, I've known about this story for years. Not for the ins and outs, but we've always been in the black community. Certain people have known that.
Yeah, I only found this out last week.
Is the case.
And it's absolutely fascinating because found out that George III was married to Queen Charlotte, who was of Portuguese African descent.
Wow.
And that's something I've never known about.
Yeah. Now, that's because now you could do research and find that out in thorough detail, isn't it, in this present day stage? But if somebody came up to you in like early 2000s or say the 90s and told you that, you'd be like, you're crazy. And you'd be crazy, and then you wouldn't know how to improve it. You'd have to go to the library and find out. But no one goes to the library when they have debates. So when you get certain people talking about history and they mention these things, because they haven't been mentioned in the mainstream.
Well, I couldn't believe it because I saw the picture. We're going to put the picture up, aren't we, in a minute? And the picture of this Queen Charlotte. I mean, she's clearly of African origin.
Look at Queen Charlotte. Yeah. Look at her. She's.
I mean, look at the picture. I know it's incredible. But when I think back to those days, though, it's like back in the 18th century. I mean, newspapers had just come out, but you wouldn't have access to see her. It's not like today, is it? Where you got television, you got photographs, you got social media. So probably the people back in the 1760s, 1770s, they wouldn't even know what the Queen looked like. Wouldn't know what the King looked like.
Yeah, it would have been, and if they did, it would just be like sort of probably little drawings and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Little cartoons,
sketches, which obviously you wouldn't really be able to portray her ethnicity, particularly in that.
And also stories, isn't it? And information. So people would say stories of what they would look like. So the fantasy sometimes is obviously better than the reality. So they would say, "Oh, the Queen, we saw the Queen," and they would describe and the diamonds, and they would create this mystical figure with royalty and gold surrounded them all around. So people paint pictures and stories get spread and people put a picture together, don't they? And they have an idea. That's why
by the time it gets round, they probably thought she was Chinese. Yeah, I don't know.
But
it's all like always Chinese whispers, isn't it?
No, but absolutely. But you know, information is fair. But then also, you know, there's been manipulation with stories and history. And why don't we know this? Why don't the BBC bring in stories about?
It's a fantastic documentary. I mean, because basically she's grandmother to Queen Victoria. She had 15 children with George III, of which 13 survived into adulthood, and all those 13, well, 2 became future king, King George IV and William IV. And the others all married into the royal families here or in Europe. So there's that's a massive mix of ethnicity going into the royal family not so long ago.
So you're basically saying there's a lot of African blood within the royal family.
There is a lot of African blood. I mean, they say Queen Victoria's grandmother, mixed race. Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing is that, you know, we're looking at this is amazing. This is amazing in the you know it's coming out and people can research and you know all these things are readily available on the internet that you can find out and they're factual things that have happened in the past. But you know, I think, you know, as a person who's not a royalist.
He's got his cucumber sandwiches underneath the table, so don't take too much notice of him.
But I literally I can't. I'm not that invested. I really, in this world that we live in today, so much going on. We know so much. I think the royals is really just trying to cling on to this idea of what royals, you know, what the royals are sort of trying to create a more modern. It's probably a lifesaver.
Well, I actually think it's a conspiracy. I actually think they've made him marry Meghan just to bring more vibrancy to the royal family. In fact, I don't even think he's in love with her. I think it is a great big conspiracy theory. Usually,
yeah. But is that what you think, Steve?
Yeah, definitely.
One thing, Steve, are you a royalist?
Am I a royalist? I would say that I'm not, but I always get sucked in at the end of the day.
Are you a question? Because we've had this. We mean you have these conversations. Would you say you're a person who question the system? I mean, you go along with the system. Would you say you're more a sheep to the system? Oh, I shouldn't say sheep because it sounds quite insulting. Actually, would you say that you go along more with the system, or do you question the system?
I find people that are obsessive about the royal family that will stand out for, like, you know, sleep out the night before to get a good view of a wedding or a ceremony. I find that a bit bizarre. I mean, I'm not.
So there's levels to the game.
Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, they are just people who, by fluke of biology, have become are royals. They haven't actually done anything to get there. So I find that people's sort of worshipping of them slightly strange. Having said that, I always find myself unable to help watching these events when it actually comes to it. And I think it's escapism. I'll be honest, it's a bit of escapism, isn't it? For a few hours, you know, you're up there, you feel part of it.
Do you know what? With this debate is moving into, you know, I think we will reserve this to another video. Maybe next week we can explore the royal family in the ways of, do we actually need the royal family? We always like, can we opt out of the BBC? Which is our biggest view in videos. So please check that out and subscribe to us.
Well, yeah, because we're paying for the royal family as well. Can we opt out of paying for them?
Yeah, can we opt out of paying for them? That we pay for them as well. It's all part of the system. No. Do we need to be paying? But then I'm going to reserve judgment on that because we're going to have a video on do we need to be paying for the royal family? Can we opt out of paying?
It's a good question. But I'd like to hear your views out there. Are you going to be watching on the 26th of May? You might even be going.
Yeah. Do you also think about Are you going to be watching? Are you going to be tuning in, or are you tired of this? Do you think it's all outdated? This royal family thing. You know, this whole wedding stuff. We're just pandering on to the past.
I think I love a bit of institution, really. I don't know. I'll tell you what I'm finding, usually. As we do these videos, I'm starting to worry that I'm middle of the road.
You're middle of the road? What do you mean?
I thought I had revolutionary ideals, but now I'm starting to think that I'm just like Mr. 2.4.
All right, you believed in the BBC.
I believed in the BBC.
All right. You believed in not questioning the Brexit vote, all right? You thought the government's doing well by just bringing in.
I can't help but tune into a royal wedding.
And you're a little bit of the royalist.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And do you believe voting changes things for poor people? Do you believe it?
No.
No, you don't. It doesn't change. So we'll explore hopefully whether he wants to, he'll change his point of view, and hopefully as time goes on, he'll be able to persuade me to change my point of views on things. But anyway, we're going to leave it there unless you've got anything to expand on, Steve.
I was just going to say, we could end up completely swapping views on the world.
Point of views, absolutely. I might become a royalist and start paying my TV licence.
And I might be standing on a box in Hyde Park on a Sunday afternoon with a megaphone, shouting for revolution.
Yeah, it would be an amazing thing to see how we all evolve and change and learn more things. But what I'm going to say to you is this. Please subscribe. Anyone who's viewing this video, please subscribe. This is our first video asking people to subscribe. Yeah. I'm not going to send our videos out to our friends to subscribe. We just want our first subscriber, and we're going to have a celebration live on air.
And you will be part of that. If you subscribe to us today, you will be part of the celebration.
If you subscribe to us and leave a comment on why you're subscribing, we would just say we really would appreciate it, and it would make us happy, wouldn't it, Steve? We don't want to come across like we're begging here, but it would be really nice.
We're just begging a little bit.
Just a little bit of begging. Just give us a bit of motivation, yeah? And we'll talk about our first subscriber.
You will be definitely part of the...
one of our first videos, we'll be talking about our first 5 subscribers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Definitely.
On subscribing, all right? Anyway, thanks a lot.
Yeah,
do you think the wedding is relevant today? And will you be watching it?
Will be.
I won't.
Okay. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
See ya.